Hi, I'm Amy Kroom, and welcome back to Executive Insights from Independent Thinking. I am here at TSI, Brent Muse, Scott Warlick. How are y'all doing today?
Great.
Good.
How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you. Well, now it has been a little bit since we've seen each other. We just saw each other a few months ago out at Las Vegas Market. So I know.
Wow, that was a few months ago. Yeah.
A whole, 2 months ago. It seems like a lot longer. Yeah. So tell us, what has been going on with Tempur Sealy?
Oh, wow. Well, new year, another crazy year, like the last several, but we're glad to be here at prime time. Things have been super busy. Yeah. We've been building up for this show. It's the largest space we've had. And at this show, we have a private VIP room upstairs where we're showing our new TEMPUR-Breeze product, which is pretty exciting. So a lot of buzz going around with that. Yeah. We're continuing to see top end do really well. Stearns Foster, we've got the new line out that we showed in the private room at the last prime time. Yeah. Got it on the floor here. It's been doing really well where we've got it placed, and the new Tempur stuff. So that top end continues to sell. So we're excited about that, Amy.
I love to hear that. Now, we have spent the last couple of years, I think, talking a lot about and preparing for, with some anticipation about what's going to happen globally and economically, right? Is there going to be just a downturn? Is there going to be a recession? How long is it going to be? How broad is it going to be? Hopefully we have spent more time planning for it and preparing for it than it will actually last. But as we look at the planning and preparing, what is Tempur Sealy doing to help retailers as they prepare for what could come, and to also help their consumers plan for what could come?
Well, what's funny is bad news is the new news. Yeah. I mean, it's like every year, the last few years, there's always been something that we've been up against ever since 2020. Yeah. Again, like I said earlier, what is a normal year now?
Right.
We don't know. But one thing that we're doing is we're telling retailers they've got to go back to advertising again, is what we see this year. They've really got to create a good in-store experience, which we'll talk about later. But advertising is going to be back to the way it was in 2019. It's really important. We've heard it throughout this prime time that money needs to be spent on advertising this year. We've got to get those customers sitting on the sideline. We've got to get them back in the game, get them into our store. We're going to do a lot of national advertising at the end of the year, but it's super important, unlike the last few years, that we advertise and we promote and we hit those key holidays to drive those consumers back into our stores.
Yeah, so and as you look at advertising and kind of the promotional planning, what is the role of the independent channel in your go-to-market strategy?
So the independent channel is obviously our biggest customer, so we keep that in mind with everything we do. And as Scott said, our promotions are really gearing up this year. The high end is doing really well for us still. Mm-hmm. So all of our promotional planning from here to the back half of the year is going to be focused on Tempur-Pedic, Stearns Foster, Sealy Hybrid. So we're really hitting those price points, hopefully give the independent retailer more of that margin, more of the dollars in the house, and really focus on that piece.
Yeah. So you mentioned promotion. So how is the promotional strategy different this year than it has been in years past? Are we seeing an uptick?
We are a little bit. So we always focus on the big holidays. So Memorial Day, July 4th, Labor Day, really hit home on the Stearns and the Tempur, as I mentioned. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of great stuff coming out with our new buying group, private label line that we're going to have, Crown Jewel, Golden Elegance. So really try to hit some of that promotional price points too. And really just kind of focus with the retailer and hopefully grow that business.
Yeah, and it is nice to hear that those higher level products are moving so well. As we look at the reports that say lower disposable income, lower savings, people having a little bit more trouble, rising interest rates. So it's good to know that there's still strength in that luxury market.
Definitely. Yep. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's growing. It's outpacing the promotional price points, and which is good for everybody, obviously. But so we're excited about it.
Wonderful.
Great stuff.
Yeah. So now you did mention, Scott, we are here in Dallas. We're at Prime Time. We've been talking this week a lot about customer obsession and how retailers can put customers at the forefront of everything they do and really build an amazing customer experience that surprises and delights. So what is Tempur Sealy and your brands doing to surprise and delight retailers and to support them as they are looking to surprise and delight the end customer?
Well, Amy, as we stand here, we're actually in our amplified gallery space. And one thing that we have done is we have realized the in-store experience is very key. After years of people ordering online and doing that sort of thing, people want to get back out after COVID. They want to get in the stores, and you really need to have an experience in your store that matches your advertising. Yeah. So we've set up this Amplify space, and what it does is it really simplifies the program for specialty stores, for furniture stores, for appliance stores, and sometimes we have less SKUs and we do more business.
Yeah.
But again, it's to simplify, make it clean, make it easy for the consumer that's in the journey. We still see a lot of online researching, but we're starting to see the researching being done online, but customers coming in the store to actually purchase. So that in-store experience is key. And our Amplify Gallery program helps that consumer in the journey.
That is wonderful. Now, you did mention online research. So there are still consumers who prefer to buy online. So how is TSI supporting those online efforts?
Well, one of the biggest thing we do is our dealer locator. So when people do research online, they go to our site. We like to drive them into the store because most people some are still buying online. I would say one thing that independent retailers can do, that they've got to team up with Nationwide. Nationwide does a great job of creating landing pages and creating the online experience to where if consumers want to, they can buy from an independent retailer. It doesn't have to be a big box store.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be an online company. It's easy to do this with the help of Nationwide. And that's one of the biggest things that we've been telling retailers. You've got to get involved with the Nationwide programs and the digital presence that they offer online. A lot of those assets are key.
Yeah, especially for retail or for consumers rather who start online, go into the store, kind of test drive the mattress in the store, and then go home and want to complete the purchase there.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, a mattress is still a product that people want to lie on, but they do all the research online.
Yeah.
So
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So the last 3 years, we really have been a lot more home focused and home centric. I know for myself, being at home, teaching at home, working from home, even though the world has reopened, I think that we still as a family spend more time at home and definitely traveled a lot less, slept a lot more in my own bed. So how is TSI, working to support that home centric lifestyle? And what are some of the product innovations that are coming that support people who are, spending more time at home?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And it's been a crazy couple of years, obviously, but it feels like people are getting out, they're traveling more, they're getting back to their daily duties that they were doing before. And especially with our products, Tempur-Pedic it's a lifestyle product, and it falls in that health and wellness. And that's really where we've been hitting the ground with advertising and new products. We have brand new Breeze products, as Scott has said, Breeze products and brand new adjustable bases that we have. So those products are really focused and really driven towards health and wellness. And we think that we have a lot of great stuff out there right now.
Wonderful. So as we wrap up, I hate to say goodbye to y'all, but as we wrap up, I know. What can retailers, and especially the members of Nationwide, do to better partner with TSI going forward into the new year and better support your brand and have a great relationship?
So everything, we've been partnering with Nationwide, obviously, and anything that we can do to help support the independent retailer. We have a lot of great marketing initiatives out there. We have a lot of great finance buy downs out there. A private label line is coming up in the fall here at the next show that we're going to launch. So we are
nice little tease.
Really excited about that. So we have all products under $1,000. So those will be awesome. But just like Scott said, just really partnering with Nationwide and using all the services and the websites, the digital, the finance buy downs, all of those things can really help you win in the back half of the year.
Wonderful.
I think I would add to that just a little bit, Amy, that definitely all those things that Brent mentioned. But the other thing is we have a great ground game out there with our reps. We have a huge sales team. Yeah. So lean into your rep. Our reps are working with the Nationwide managers out there. They're working together to offer the best programs, the best tools for all the retailers to drive their business. Yeah. So that's the one thing I can say. Personally, reach out to your rep and work with them and work with your Nationwide manager as well. They know everything that we know. So
excellent.
Yeah.
Well, wonderful.
It's a great partnership.
Yes, it is. Brent Muse, Scott Warlick, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you, Amy.
And thank you for joining us here on Executive Insights. Be sure to come back real soon. We've got a lot more great content.